Mario Party 2! One of the first few Mario Party games I've ever played, and have since my days of youth have had such fond memories of. It was an amazing sequel to the first Mario Party, and it still holds up well today. 5 new worlds to explore, giving everyone different fun new costumes to try on, and each map had a specific theme, which was amazing for its time. So for this video, I will be counting down the top 15 favorites of Mario Party 2, as well as listing some of the worst in the next video, as I did for Mario Party 1. Enjoy what I've got, peoples! I like to think of this as a successor to Tipsy Tourney. Tile Driver is where you're given a picture of a Koopa, Goomba, or Boo, and you must ground pound the pieces around you to get your image to match the one presented. Why I relate this to Tipsy Tourney is because both involve revealing pictures. Only difference here is that the image pieces are scrambled, so you gotta pound the right ones to get it to match. For me, this game was sweet, simple, and well executed, which is how it should be. Don't ask how, I personally just get a kick out of 2 vs 2 games like this to the point where it's fun and enjoyable. Looney Lumberjacks involves you and your partner sawing the wood down quicker than the other team. You both have to tap A and B accordingly. Try not to hit the same button twice or you'll slip up. This is one of those games that are just flawless with the concept, rules, and control. And when this game is on board, I welcome it every time I play. The only reason this didn't make my original Mario Party list was because the game felt too short from lasting 20 turns. Thanks to Mario Party 2, Hot Rope Jump got just the improvements it needed. The rules here are to jump over the rope of fire every time it comes your way. It gets faster and tougher the longer it goes. Taken from the first Mario Party, the game now lasts much longer and the last person remaining wins. This is a much better version of the game, and I'm glad for the changes made, because now that I look at it, this is how Hot Rope Jump should be. Well executed, guys. Get ready to see some improved Mario Party 1 games on this list. In the last game, bowl over ends after one turn as you must take down the pins. Now in this game, you get one more turn to take down the remaining pins should you mess up or not be able to get the other 3 players down. Improvement to the game mechanics aside, the visuals here look a lot more presentable, as now it looks as if you're in the Old West apparently. Or so it seems. I loved it in Mario Party 1, and I still love it in this game. It just got much better than before. As you can tell by the last countdown, I fucking love Balloon Burst! Fed up with Bowser's shit, this game allows you to pump up a Bowser balloon and the first to pop it wins. This was so satisfying after putting up with Bowser stealing all my coins and whatnot. And it felt somewhat better in this game, now being a 2 vs 2 minigame. Not to mention the balloons here are much better looking than the fugly Bowsers from the last game. Different variant, same game. And I still enjoy blowing up Bowser sky high here than I did before. Perhaps more so. I really hate that guy. I think I'd have a special attachment to anything that gives me stress relief when it comes to Bowser in Mario Party, and Destruction Duet is no exception. This time around, you're destroying his statues with your bare hands and feet, kicking and punching his statue till the team to annihilate the Bowser statue fast wins. Oh, and you can ground pound it too, but no, that's optional. Whereas I enjoy blowing his balloon up in Balloon Burst, with this game I can really stick my foot in his face as I tell him off for being an irritating asshole throughout these games. Woo! Do I get a rush of energy just taking it out on the tormentor of us all. Yep, we're back to this game again, but this time it's not Bowser's face you're taking care of. If you enjoy that, this version of Facelift has you messing around with everyone's faces. Mario, Luigi, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Peach, you name it. God, just look at Peach in this game. Now if only she had a much better voice. Anyway, the rules are exactly the same. You mess around with their face and stretch them to how it's presented to you, and the winner is the player with the most points. It's a battle mini game this time around, so try your best to win those coins, people. Knowing my love for the Arctic birds, it's no surprise Filet Relay would be found on this list. Just look at those costumes, how can anyone pass up on that? Anyway, back on point. This is a 1 vs 3 game where you're all penguins carrying fish to the igloo at the end to feed it to the others. The solo player has to waddle alone, with a team of 3 having to make pit stops to pass the fish on to the other player. I've had people telling me this game felt one-sided, with the 3 players having the advantage. The way I see it, it all relies on how fast the solo player is in the long run. You just gotta tap that A button quick-like, but not so much that you slip and fall. You see? That's me over there. I won that. I simply took advantage of the other 3 passing fish to each other and just ran my fastest without screwing up. It basically depends on how fast you are if you're the one man standing. Dilemma solved. What's basically Mario's answer to hot potato. Previously in Mario Party 1, Hot Bob-Omb would end as soon as the player would have the bomb explode on him loses. In this battle minigame, the battle now goes on until the last person remains the winner, and this is how it should be. It just makes the game all that more exciting, and personally I like having to hold the bomb long enough to watch it explode on the person who catches it. Yeah, how's it taste? This game totally got the changes needed for the better, and that's why I love it much more in Mario Party 2. This game is basically the bomb. Excuse the lame pun. This one was going to be part of my Mario Party Best Of countdown, but I couldn't find enough room to fit it in amongst the 15 prime candidates. Bombs Away is where a ship fires at you from the sea, and your goal is to survive on the big platform until time runs out. Only difference? In this game they decide to pull a surprise on you and send a huge mega bullet at you. Talk about catching you off guard. In any case, Bombs Away is still one hectic and challenging game, and I'm glad to see it back in this game full force. As you all know, Mushroom Mix-Up was one of my favorite games in Mario Party 1. And did I love Hexagon Heat? You bet I did. The rules are the same, only in this version you're all on colored tiles, and your object is to head to the correct colors as you're avoiding the fate of the lava below. The longer you're on board, the faster and tougher it gets. Best watch out not to torch yourself. In the end, Hexagon Heat is a much better version of Mushroom Mix-Up, hands down. If you hated Bash and Cash, this game will feel like justice for you. In Lights Out, it's you with the hammer this time as you're to pummel the team carrying light bulbs around the room. Vengeance sir for all that unfairness from the likes of that previous game. Now you get to serve it up for them and show it how it feels. I personally have a vendetta against games like that, and this game is what made the experience much better for me. Way to make it all up, guys. You'd be surprised how much fun can be had in a 1 vs 3 game. Whether it's that lively beat or the overall look at the game, Look Away is one you'll be loving more and more with each play. The theme here is that you're all floating heads dancing in rhythm, but as soon as the music stops, you gotta turn your head in a certain direction, avoiding the same direction the solo player is looking. It's a pretty fair game regarding the situation at hand, and here it's anybody's game. I don't know why, but I just love the look and feel of this game. Maybe I have a certain attachment for things so silly and musical. It's a shell of a time with this game. Nothing defines awesome like driving in Koopa shell tanks and shooting the hell out of each other. Shell Shocked is where you're all pitted in a death battle as you all shoot at each other. You all have 2 lives on you and the last person remaining wins. This game is just flawless, and I applaud their efforts with this one. The tanks were slow as hell, but the match got exciting from just shooting at each other. In the end, it's an underrated game that's worth playing in my book, and it sure gets my tanks. Thanks. You get the idea. Damn it. What's that? Another teamwork-based success? That's right, everyone. Whereas Bobsled Run was my most favorite in Mario Party 1, Sky Pilots takes that title for Mario Party 2. You're both on winged airplanes and your goal is to reach the end. But one person can't be working alone. One has to flap the wings while the other steers the plane. You can't have one without the other. With the effort this game shows, I applaud how they can still show that great sense of teamwork. Both players have to work together to reach the goal, and one can't just goof around willy-nilly. If you want to win the gold, you both have to give it your best. Steer yourself to victory and fly that plane with all your might. That's what I say without a doubt, that Sky Pilots is the best Mario Party 2 has to offer, and that's what makes this game my #1 best. And that's all the best and favorites of Mario Party 2, everybody. Tune in next time and I'll go over some of the worst of this game. I'm Dragon Boy, signing off. See you next time.